What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell, and look at this cast of characters that we have here. Big Sep, welcome back, buddy. How we doing?
Doing well, AB. Doing well. Good to see you, Mo.
Good to see you, too. Working on Habitats for Humanity. Good man.
Yeah.
Good man indeed. A great man. Now we just need the weather to pay his respects. All right. Let's get into it today because, look, no picks from me. I am dead set. We're going to talk about this college baseball in a second. I won't talk about this Arkansas LSU. But you guys have it covered, and I don't want to get in your way. All right, so most start us off. Seth, just jump in right after him.
All right, I got picks on the mound here. I got a first inning, I got a third inning, fifth inning, and full game play here. First up, we're going to the Guardians and Giants. Listen, the winds are going 13 miles per hour going out, but Justin Verlander is starting. He has a .90 ERA in the first inning. Guardians ranked 24th in OPS and runs created in the first inning. On the other side, Logan Allen has a .05 ERA in the first inning. The Giants ranked 28th in OPS and 27th in runs created. So minus 113 for a no-run first inning sounds like a steal to me. Next up, we got a first three play. Royals first three money line minus 125. I think Patrick Corbin Day is coming back. His metrics now resemble closer to last year's metrics than the beginning of this year where he pitched incredible. His 9.1% barrel rate to 42% hard hit rate is bottom of the league. He has now led up multiple runs pretty consistently over the last month and a half. I think that's going to be good enough, even if he just lets up two for Chris Bubik, who has an incredible barrel rate, 6.8% to a 37% hard hit rate. Sorry if that was a lot of statistics. The catch-all is Patrick Corbin is pitching a lot worse. Chris Bubik is pitching a lot better. First three innings is where I found the best value here. Next up, we got the Phillies' first five. We're never touching the bullpen again, at least not for a long time. I really like Philly to get revenge here. Ranger Suarez has been absolutely incredible this season. He has a 0.83 ERA in the last month. Enough said. Marlins are debuting Adam Mazur for this year. He has given up 28 earned runs in his career over just 33.2 innings. That was last year. So I think the Phillies are going to jump all over him. Last but not least, we got a full game under. Red Sox versus Mariners. Under 7. I got this at minus 120. Garrett Crochet is pitching for the Red Sox. He should be able to shut down the Mariners. He has a 33.6% strikeout rate in the last month. Red strikeout, third most in the league. I'm not just going to leave it there. Mariners pitching Luis Castillo, who has a home ERA of 2.35, and I also like his strikeout numbers against the Red Sox, who strike out fourth most in the league and have a gaping hole in their lineup right now without Devers. I like these four. I thought it was going to be fun to have one in every part of the game here. Let's cash these tickets.
All right. I like that, Moosey.
Let it rip, big dog. You got it.
Royals, Rangers, Nerfy. Man, it's the one that I like on the board today at a reasonable price. Obviously, there's other options, but they're priced out of this world. Bubich has thrown a scoreless first in 4 of his last 5, and Corbin has done the same in 4 of his last 5. Twins versus Reds, first 5 over 5. Look, I know 5 sounds like a lot, but both of these teams have hit their first 5 over in 4 of their last 5, respectively, as well. Giants, Guardians, first 5 over 4.5 at plus money here. Both teams have hit their first 5 over in 5 of their last 5. So we're going to rock that plus 100. And then my favorite play of the day, my Tigers and Scooball to beat the dismal Pirates. Scooball's looking for a bounce back after a poor performance his last outing. And, man, look, I know the Pirates are 10-1 on Wednesdays, but that's purely circumstantial. And they didn't go up against a scorned Scooball. So give me the Tigers there. And then I'm going to take the Cards and Sonny Gray to take care of business up in Chicago against the White Sox. And then I got a couple hit parlays here. I like, obviously, I got the big 3 together, man. Aaron Judge, Freddie Freeman, and Vladdy all to get a hit there for plus 126. And then I like our boy Ozuna to get a hit there in Atlanta. The humidity is out of control. And Brendan Donovan, man, he's just been a hit machine lately. We're going to ride that, both of them, 102. And look, I'll put all 5 of them together. I'm crazy. Let's go.
I love it. Throw all 5 in there, baby. Nice, man. Dude, hey, you got that Copenhagen straight in your voice today, dude. It sounded nice.
Nice.
Yeah, sounded good, boy.
Man, after that record-setting show this morning, when Chicago Pat was able to jump on live still at 10:45.
Dude, that show was
Good
wild,
stuff.
man. No, it was fun. It was fun. I know. I bet people that like brand new are looking at it like, what is this? Like, what? I don't know what I'm watching. We're talking Taco Bell shot clocks, which is very real, by the way. People, it might be silly. It ain't stupid. Like, you've got a shot clock on most of Taco Bell's food, except the Crunch Wrap.
Look, they'll make me like last time I went to Taco Bell, they asked me, "Sir, will you back up politely behind this yellow pole and then pull forward again?" Like they're on a shot clock to get the food out the window.
Yes, they are. Dude, you've accomplished something. Like, when you're in the drive-thru and you're at the window, like you've already paid, you've already done all that, like you're waiting. And they tell you, they're like, "Sir, could you pull forward? Could you pull over in this spot? Your order was too much for this normal operation of this is all that we do. You ordered so much food that it's become a problem, and we need you to move your ass right over there." Dude, that cracks me up every time. It's an accomplishment. Like, that's a pelt on the wall because that's all that they do.
Oh, yeah.
And you've ordered so much. I love it. All right, let's talk about this this college game, man. So, all right, now we got Louisville, Coastal Carolina in game one. Bottom of the third, Coastal Carolina is up 6-0. They scored 6 runs in the first inning, and it's what we talked about, dude. I thought Millsy asked a great question in regards to UCLA or LSU and Arkansas and all this, right? In the fact that deadlines spur actions. In life, they do. And in these blowout games, like these teams that are going for the kill are jumping all over it in multiple sports. Like, we're seeing blowouts. You know what I mean? So, but what do you think about LSU Arkansas tonight, Seth?
Man, I think it's going to be a battle of two of the juggernauts here left in the College World Series. Look, I've got it on my books, and everybody's looking at the under. I think I'm liking the over tonight. I think we're going to see some bats.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I'm with you. I know that I play overs. Hell, we have a show called The Overs. I get that, right? But
Right.
I'm with you. Like, I think that, like, I think there are going to be runs, and we've been seeing runs all over it. Now, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Could be either way. LSU could come out and beat the piss out of Arkansas. Arkansas could come out and do that to LSU, or could have a great game. Like, I can't wait to watch it.
It's going to be something that I'm just going to watch. Like I said, I'm just going to touch on the over, and I'm just going to more or less enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Than anything.
You know what? And that's why, like, I know, again, I play overs, right? But like that, I didn't want to have a pick on the game. Like, I wanted to have a bet runs, but I want to see both teams. I want to see them go to war. And I mean, look, you're right in the middle of both of them. Like, this, and you've been around it your whole life. Like, it's going to be an atmosphere out there tonight. There's going to be a lot of Hog fans, and there's going to be a lot of LSU fans. I don't know about Coastal Carolina fans or Louisville fans, but there's going to be an ass load of Arkansas and LSU. And if Arkansas wins tomorrow, boy, dude, it's going to get tight, man. I'm waiting to see who. I haven't seen any starting lineups issued out.
I haven't either. But you talk about the atmosphere. I was at Dude when we set the record. It was like 16,000 plus when we played Ole Miss. This was just a regular season game.
Yeah.
And that atmosphere, we walked it off last game to win the series in the 9th. And the atmosphere when we walked it off is something that is burned into my mind for the rest of my life. Me and my boy and my brother were there. Absolutely amazing time. And I imagine that this game is going to be right up there with that.
Yeah, I agree. And you're right. Like, it's so electric, dude. Like, and that's the best part is, like, I love that you talk about, like, Mississippi State and Ole Miss game in baseball, right? So the best part about that is it's like you're talking about, like, the two defending national champions. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it.
Right.
That's what I love about it is like that rivalry, Auburn, Alabama, like keep going down the list, right? Is
Right.
that it is, but especially in baseball, between those two, those are two institutions of baseball. And you're like, it's just a regular season game. When it's like 1 versus 2, let's go. Oh, dude. And I say this for anybody who might not have ever been to the lovely state of Mississippi, right? Mississippi ain't playing in sports to begin with, but baseball, absolutely. Like, there's so much. Mississippi is like California in the fact that, like, you've got all these schools that you're like, oh, they could play, right? Like, you've got the big boys, Mississippi State, you got Ole Miss, right? Southern Miss ain't taking a backseat to anybody in baseball. You know, like, you can just keep going down the list. Like, Mississippi, there's so much talent in that state. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, Millsy, how you feeling on our saddle up right now? All right, so we had the over-under. What do we have? 11? Was that right? And yeah, Millsy had the under, I had the over, and it's what is it, 6-0? Yeah, 2 outs, runner on second. Needed LSU needed Louisville last inning to get some runs. That one hurt. Not getting Louisville. I mean, I think they had runners on first and second, no outs. They got nothing. That Millsy, that one hurt.
Sounds like our Yankees. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Good.
I was gonna say, sounds like our Yankees.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be a sweat. $100 at Culver's will feed a family of 3. What did Tina say? Is Tina here? Tina, good to see you.
We're talking about how much $100 gets you at fast food restaurants.
Oh yeah. McDonald's.
Wendy's.
Yeah, I was about to say McDonald's is like it's a lie. You hear the total, you're like, wait, whoa, what? 1962. What? I got a number 8. Wendy's is absolutely a good spot. Like, if you're gonna stretch 100.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I live right down the street from Wendy's, and all I smell from my alley is their fries that come straight down, like right downwind. So
Bringing you in
out there, and I just go.
Yeah. Tina, so good to see you. So you're talking about Wendy's fries, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and whatever else they cook in there.
Chicken and smash burger. It used to be more diner food. Like, Wendy's was like a steak and shake. That, and I'm talking way like when we were kids.
Oh, dude, I used to skip school during lunch just to go get the chicken sandwich back in the day. Yeah.
We did that at Sonic. We had a Sonic next to our high school, which was problematic. Because the SRO officer, which was our linebackers coach, dude, because it was technically off campus, like you were leaving school, you know what I mean? But like they didn't really mess with you, but they did. And I'll tell you the best part. I was talking about Copenhagen earlier. This is a true story. He caught me and a couple of the other dudes, that played, and he was like, we had practice that day. You know what I mean? We weren't leaving school, right? So, anyways, he was like, well, Bill, that's again. I was like, oh, Mattingly, come on. Coach Mattingly. And he was like, got any of that Grizzly on you? I was like, yeah, which you're also not supposed to have. And he goes, well, going to have to confiscate that. And I was like, you bastard. So at practice, I was like, hey, how's that can going? And he was just taking hogs out of it in front of me till it literally emptied it. And I was like, I'm going to have to leave it in the truck.
Oh, that's good. That's gold.
Can I ADD this moment right here?
Yeah.
So you said Mattingly, which made me think of Don Mattingly, which brought me back to baseball. I was just watching a clip based on what we were talking about yesterday with Greg Maddux and Chipper Jones and Barry Bonds. And Chipper Jones was saying something very fascinating. And I'm so sorry. This is just an ADD.
No. You're on this show. You're good. Yeah.
And because we were literally just talking about this. Chipper Jones said that the most underrated part of Barry Bonds' game was his mental capacity to understand pitchers. And he compared him straight to being the batter version of Greg Maddux, which was phenomenal based on the fact that we talked about all three of those players and how unbelievable at least two, and really all three have been. And it's true. It's true. He figured out that at one point during the pitch, during the at-bat, he's going to get a ball in this part of the section of the plate. And that's all he was looking for.
Yeah. It only needs one, which is insane. Like, to be that dialed in.
He said in the whole series, he got 4 balls to hit. He was 4 home runs and 9 walks in the whole series.
That's incredible.
It is incredible. And it's funny that we were just talking about that too.
I swear they have some kind of algorithm that listens to us, whether, the NSA is feeding it to somebody and I'm going to get shut down for that. But there's like, I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but they're listening to us.
Well, it probably wasn't good, when I was in hotel mode and I would go over to the FBI building and take their Wi-Fi. They saw that.
Let's check out what DTL's doing.
Yeah, they're like, what is this fool doing? Because I just parked in the parking lot of the FBI, right? They're looking like there were cars there. It was 1 a.m. Like not everybody goes home at 5, I guess. There was somebody in there monitoring. There ain't good Wi-Fi, though. I'll tell you that. It's much better than Sinesta, and I don't speak ill of the Sinesta. Select. Yeah, old Sinesta Select. Can't hide money. That was a joke. In case anybody was not getting it. Although, it's a great, like, bargain value hotel. I mean, you already know about the breakfast. All right. I guess we've...
the free breakfast plays in huge when I'm making a decision on a hotel for me and my family. I've got 5 kids, dude. That's a huge deal.
Bro, I didn't even think about that. That is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a 70... Dude, every meal is a $75 encounter for you. Oh, my God.
Hyatt House. That's my go-to for, like, with the family that I need to stay somewhere a little bit nicer so that everyone's happy. Besides, like, I don't care. I'll sleep on a mattress on the floor or carpet on the floor even sometimes. Well, not anymore now that I turned 30. But that Hyatt House is a solid value.
Hyatt House is nice.
Please sponsor us.
I'll have to try the old Hyatt House. We usually go to the Staybridge. Staybridge Suite.
Yeah, I know Staybridge. Yeah. Hyatt House is real nice. Hyatts are obviously, it's a premium brand. It's nice. And, I was talking to, I was talking to somebody that works in it was DG. He works for Drury and all those, right? And we were talking about, like, building new hotels because they're building one in Nashville. And I was like, how do hotels, because every big company, has, like, the market research of, hey, build a McDonald's off every interstate exit. Like, that's where your business is going to be, And I was like, how do hotels, like, you just put them anywhere? Like, do hotels just work anywhere, And he was laughing. He was like, no, they don't. He was like, no. He was like, he goes, they always build them near hospitals. He goes,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Continued business. Yeah.
Yep. He was like, because hospitals are going to be generally around areas of people. Number one. Number two, he was like, you would be surprised, at any major hospital, like how many people are visiting at one time, Number two, conferences that these he was like, hotels are built off, the basically hospital industry and more, which I'd never thought of, and it was, brilliant. But,
hospitals and airports.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Man, we could talk about airports a lot. Like, I love aviation. I've never flown for 1 hour. I've never even been up in the front the area. We weren't doing that as a kid, going to meet the captain. First off, we weren't flying; we were driving. And God, but you remember that as a kid, like when this was pre-cell phone, like Game Boy. If you had a Game Boy, you were in luck for as long as those 4 AA's lasted, and then your app was done because you ain't stopped to get more batteries because they're expensive, super expensive.
Or what we did at certain point, we rigged a TV, one of the bigger ones, like the small big box ones, and we bought some kind of converter so that you can plug it into the cigarette lighter, and then you were able to put in a video cassette on longer car rides because we lived in we moved from Philly to Milwaukee and then from Milwaukee to Miami. So like we had
That's a haul.
solid times with 6 kids to, figure out what to do. So we used to get the cassettes, put them in, watch like a Scooby-Doo movie. And then eventually that got replaced by the portable DVD player after a while. But yeah, that Game Boy Advance, for me, it was Game Boy Advance. That was a lifesaver in those long car rides.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
And then you look up every 25 minutes being sick to your stomach and being like, Oh,
dude. And we weren't stopping. We weren't you
didn't stop unless it was time for gas.
Yeah. And you better get the other ones in at that point too, because you're also on a shot clock.
Yeah.
I didn't realize till I was an adult that having the light on in the car, that's not illegal. But everybody said, "Oh, if you turn that light on, you have just attracted all the smoke because it's immediately, what the hell are you doing?" Sorry, I was looking for this. Turn it off.
For sure.
That was it. There was no, at least for me, there was no softening of it. It was said just like that with the just disdain.
That was the same voice. That was the same voice that we got when we said we had to pee an hour or half an hour after we left the gas station.
I gave up on that. You better bring a bottle.
Yeah, you gotta have a bottle. Preferably a Gatorade bottle.
We didn't have Gatorade back then. It was Powerade. It was all about Powerade.
Powerade's legit. Look, I think Powerade tastes better than Gatorade. I'll say it.
Powerade Frozen is one of the best snacks that you can possibly have because when it unfreezes, all the juice pools down to the bottom, and then you got that sickly sweet kind of right there, and then you can kind of just let it melt as long as you want to have the slushy. Oh, it's fantastic.
That's a Randall Mims move right there. He's big popsicles. There's popsicles, those old school, exactly what you think I'm talking about. Came in the clear plastic. You'd pull it. It was blue or red or yellow, like those.
The Little League All-Stars, you play into May and early June, hot as hell. Yeah. We'd take Powerade and put them in the little condiment cups, put the lids on them, and freeze them overnight for the team. Yeah,
nice.
Those are legit. Little Powerade pops.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, that's good. Stack tips on detail. Yes. AB and my mom trying dude. Immediately, as soon as that light came on, dude, on your ass. You were asking for it.
No, you did it more than once. You might get a few explicit words thrown your way as well.
Oh, hey, car's pulling over then.
Yeah.
And it ain't good.
Famous lines. Don't make me pull this car over.
I didn't even get that warning. That was set in, Hoss. All he had to do was follow through the first time. After that, I didn't test it anymore. Old man followed through on the belt to the ass the first time. Dude, that's how you parent. I'm not a parent, but I did learn that. You follow through on it. Dude.
100.
Activity stops.
Yeah, my dad didn't mess around either. He was the nicest person, and I love him, and I respect him. But he no nonsense.
Yeah, when it came time to take care of business, he was handling it. Yeah.
Hey, not to go down that road, but I don't necessarily mind a strict parent. Like I don't let's not go crazy.
I want to clarify.
Crazy, but
I want to clarify. It's not about being strict. It's about following through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. If you don't follow through, the kids will walk all over you, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Don't be throwing empty threats out there.
Oh no. Let me say, there wasn't a whole lot of that in the household. Oh man, I wasn't. First off, there wasn't a question if he was following through on the first one. I was just a dumbass. I knew that was coming. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Oh, can I bring it back to baseball?
It's good parenting.
Let's bring it back to baseball. I want to talk about Cardinals and the Tigers. Absolutely love those plays, Seth. I personally played them each separately with the first 5 money line, with the full game money line. But I think they're absolutely going to demolish.
All right.
I've been hanging on that for about 20 minutes. My brain couldn't let it sit anymore.
No, it's smart. It's smart. Sometimes you got to get it out.
No, it's definitely my favorite play of the day, man. I'm pretty heavy on it. I've got 5 units on that bet. So
y'all really like it.
Yeah, I love it.
I really like it too. Like I'm full on support on that one. I might even I might go and parlay that. And I don't like parlays.
Can we call the bank live? Let's get a second mortgage. Let's get a second mortgage. Let's bet it live.
Put the car up too.
Yeah. Hey, AB, why don't you take out that mortgage for us?
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Yeah.
Don't put your own money on it.
You know yeah. Hey, you know all those hotel invoices I submitted? I got more work for you. Scott said, AB, revisit the FBI offices. I want to go back. If you look it up, look up FBI building, Nashville. All right. It's on Elm. Well, I don't know if I need to be doxxed. Well, they're the FBI. Who cares? They put it on the front of the building. Yeah. If you look on Elm Mill Pike, that's where it was. It's near there's a restaurant right beside it, or there's a hotel right beside it, and then a restaurant right beside it that is a Chinese buffet. Old school. Right?
With old bugs.
Yeah. Like, you know, the food thing in the middle is like it's a big red and gold dragon. You know what I mean? Like there's guy like making ice cream over on the side. Anyways.
Oh man.
Dude,
with the little scraper, like the little flat thing with the little scraper.
Yeah.
And then oh, yum.
Then there's a sushi guy. Like it's great, dude. And I could tell that it's in the South because it has crawfish. I was like, who's catching crawfish? Because I know you didn't do it in this state.
They'll have it all year round.
Yeah, you had to go to Mississippi or Louisiana like to do that. I was like, we don't just have them. They're not crawling out of the Wolf River in Memphis.
Yeah.
We need to go by that FBI office stuff. All right, we'll get out of here. It's been 30 minutes. All right, morning shows in your feeds. Home runs are in your feeds. Interesting names. Guardians, take a look there. Jose Ramirez and Carlos Santana both have massive home run historicals. Go check out that video. I think it's like 6 minutes long. It's real short. Also, I haven't seen anybody say that they've had ads in their feeds, neither this morning or today. So I believe we should have that fixed. If you see any, let me know, but should have that fixed. All right, boys. For Moshe, for Seth, my name is Alan Bell. Thank you so much for tuning in. Best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us?